Most men do not mess up because they don't know how to flirt with a woman. Most men mess up because you go from zero to sexual without reading the room. Like so fast, you mess everything up. In today's video, I'm going to teach you a subtle way, a soft, easy, calm way that you can turn a conversation sexual with a woman without scaring her away. Without doing too much. You can turn a regular conversation, make it sexual, and still keep her interested in talking to you rather than her running away from you. Okay? So that's what we're going to be talking about in today's video. Now here's what most guys do not understand. Women are not against sexual conversation. Women do not hate having sexual conversation. They just want to see it coming. They want to know, they want to understand that you are flirting with them. They don't want to just be hit with something sexual. For instance, I was, talking with a guy earlier before I met my husband, and we've just had one or two conversations on WhatsApp. I had just given him my number at that point, and we've just said, hello, hi, are you at work? Are you back from work? Maybe 2 days. The third time we're having a conversation, he's sending me porn videos. Like, what are you doing? Like, women don't want you to hit them with sexual topics just like that out of nowhere. They want to build that conversation with you so they can feel it coming. They can sense that, okay, you're trying to, you understand. So that's the mistake most men make. You just want to hit a woman with that, and that's not what you're going to be doing moving forward. Now, the first thing on my list that you have to do is understand the rule. And what rule am I talking about? I'm talking about sexual tension. To be able to flirt with a woman and turn a normal conversation into a sexual conversation, you need to understand how to gradually build sexual tension. If you just jump straight into saying something sexual, you're going to kill the entire mood. So think of it like you're not trying to turn the conversation sexual. You're trying to turn the temperature slowly. Okay? You're not turning the conversation sexual. You're just warming up the room. Okay? That's what building sexual tension gradually is. You're warming her up. You're making her loosen up, relax with you, and open up more to, more deeper conversation. So that's what you're trying to do. You're not just turning the conversation from how are you to I want to knock you. No, you're warming the room up and making her feel more relaxed before you dive in. So you need to understand the rule. That's the first point. Secondly, start with playful energy, because this playful energy is what makes sexual tension feel like fun instead of feeling awkward. Okay, you need to be playful about it. You've warmed up the room, you've made her loosen up. Now you can actually make her laugh. Okay, now when you crack a sexual joke, already she's now loosened up. The environment is now warm. She feels warmer around you. When you drop a joke that is kind of sexual, it's going to feel like a funny thing, like if you're being playful about it, rather than just awkward, like 0 to I want to knock you. So now, something like, trying to ask a girl, so what do you do for fun? Like, what do you do to loosen up? Like, what do you enjoy doing at your leisure? Instead of asking this simple question, you could be like, you look like a girl that can put somebody in trouble. You look like somebody that if I follow your footstep, you might land me in trouble. You look like kind of person that the kind of fun you do on a normal day can be risky. You look risky, You make her feel like, okay, she's a bad girl, even if she's not giving like a bad girl vibe. Now, remember, you must have warmed her up to be able to loosen up with you and laugh when you say things like this. Not just a stranger that you're just saying hi for the first time. You need to have had a conversation with this person to know that, okay, this person likes you a bit, to have such deeper conversation with you. So when you, instead of asking her, what do you do for fun, you tell her like, you look at the kind of things you do for fun, we involve things that might get me arrested. Something like she's going to be like, what do you mean get you arrested? Please, oh. That's because you warmed her up. Now she can now, your playfulness, she understands it, and she's going to engage you when you try to flirt like that. Now, this third one is a trick. You need to use the double meaning. Like when you say something and it means two different things. You're trying to tease her. I don't know what like the double meaning strategy. And this one is very, very important. But you have to be a confident person to be able to use this when you're having a conversation. I want to turn it sexual. Let me give you some example. Now, if she had just come back from work and she maybe you're texting and she tells you something like, "Oh, I'm so tired." You could say something like, "Now, a normal innocent guy who is not a baddie. Why would I say baddie? That's not a bado, like Nigerians would say, would just say, oh, maybe have some rest or get something to eat. Now, a guy who knows what he's saying or knows what he's doing will say something like, it seems like you need someone to come and help you relax properly. You see that could mean two different things. She could be like, what do you mean? And you could be like, oh no, maybe massage you, give you like massage, warm feet massage. Maybe that's what you actually need. Now, the other meaning could be that you need a man or you need somebody to come do to help you relax properly. You see why you need to be a confident man to do this. Now, this is the double meaning we are talking about. Double meaning. So you have just made her think, like, what do you mean? Because she's thinking, I need somebody to come and help me relax properly. Like, notice that you didn't say anything explicit. You didn't say anything sexual. You didn't say anything about sleeping with her. You didn't say anything sexual at all to provoke her. But she's the one having the dirty thoughts. But you planted that dirty talk. She's going to be like, I'm sure you know what you mean. You'll be like, I'm just innocent. It's your dirty mind. What were you thinking? I'm just innocently suggesting maybe a massage. And she's going to be like, I know you know what you just said. Okay, so and that's how attraction works, okay? You allow her fill in the blanks with whatever she has in her head without you saying anything sexual or somehow still meaning something sexual. So the double meaning is one of the biggest strategies to turn any simple conversation sexual without actually being sexual, okay? Now, another thing you can do if you're trying to, subtly turn a conversation sexual is you can do light physical imagery, okay? You could plant visions in her mind, plant pictures in her mind, make her actually picture or imagine things by just what you say verbally without even saying anything sexual. Nothing graphic, just, something that would just make her imagine, nothing like explicit, like, you guys doing the do, but just enough for her to create the picture in her mind. For example, you could be having a conversation with her and maybe, okay, let's say this time around you're the one who said, oh, I'm tired, I just go back from work. And she's like, oh, it's like you need a hug. But you say something and she's like, maybe, do you need a hug or something? Now, innocently, you could say something like, yeah, that's not bad. You look like someone that could actually give a really good hug that will make someone forget whatever pain or worry that they have. Like you make her feel like she's giving you that hug. Like you when you tell someone, like, you look at someone that really gives very good hugs, that could actually make me forget all my problems. Now, this is an innocent talk. But there's a way you can say it while looking at her and, you knowing that you're flirting with her, you've helped her to create an image. She has not hugged you yet, but this can actually create an image in her head of her hugging you, giving you really tight hug that could make you forget all of your problems. There's a way the human mind works. It's actually very simple. So you could play this type of game with her now. Listen. Now, my next point is where most men fail. You need to read her response very clearly. You need to be sure that you guys are giving the same energy, okay? It's very, very important so that you don't fool yourself. Now, if she changes topic when you try to, flirt with these kind of talks, or she doesn't engage, doesn't laugh, it's obvious that she's not feeling it, she's not enjoying it. Like, you're pissing her off. Like, she doesn't want to picture the both of you together, obviously. So, why are you cracking? Why are you saying, hugs and all that? So read the room so that you don't look like a fool. It is very, very important. For you to be a smart man, you need to be able to read the room. If she's not engaging, if she's not reacting, then you have to slow down. You have to slow down, or you have to stop flirting with her verbally completely, because it shows that she's not interested in it. But if she teases you back, if she engages, if she asks you more questions because she enjoys how you flirt with her verbally, then you can increase it a little bit while still playing it safe and still reading the room.